with Craig this actually Tuesday, and he was hoping that I'd get to make it, and we had a kind of a meeting at 4:30 at work, and I didn't get to go, and so I mean didn't get to go to the men's night out, and I had to stay for that for some review. But anyway, everything worked out, and I hope they had a bang up time up there at Second Baptist there, and the men's night out. I did get Craig let me know that next year that they would be hopefully be a great. Everything they do up there is great, but they're had the last couple of years they've had 4 or 5 big events, and they're planning on another one this coming be next year and in February. And he said they already had Hank Parker signed up.
Well, that's
Come
good.
be one of the speakers, so that was good. Anyway, we're gonna get back to things. Better say hello to Dad.
Yes, sir. Say hello to Dad and Bill and Polly and
Yeah,
Gary, Gay.
that's right. That's right. Miss Polly's still up at the rehab center there at Norris, and we're just hoping and praying the best,
Yes.
can come out of this thing. But anyway, Mike, I got some pictures on my camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A few of them. I got them off my computer,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get to get the ones that I had. Some of the guys I worked with from up North area up there, they had pictures of Union County dock
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
on the
Yes,
PAL side. Looked like you could just walk from one side to the other
Yes, sir.
with the logs and stuff in the water.
Yeah.
Then I had another picture of them guys was at 33 Bridge, looking down towards the Lakeview, one in the creek there at Lakeview, and it looked like a bunch of floating islands out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All the trash and the muddy water. It's
Yeah.
something else. I'm telling you, something else.
I thought that he told me that the lake level on North was 932. That would make it 12 foot over 1020. Or no, 10. Yeah, it's 1032, and I think full is 1020. I don't know. Somebody will call in here in a few minutes, I hope, and from up that way and tell us exactly what the level is
Well,
up there.
I can remember back the first time I heard of them opening the floodgates up there at North that time, and
Yeah.
it was over Cove Lake Dam, and they was
Mhm.
boats
Yeah.
running plumb
Yeah.
across up in Cove
Grove
Lake.
Lake, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
It sure was. I remember that too. I'm trying to
Thank
refresh my memory of what year that was, but yeah, you could get across they got the dam there and got them log flumes across the top of it, or booms, and yeah, they was going out.
It was high up. They
It's
just,
high up,
yeah.
just go right on across.
That's right.
That's a fact, and I don't recall what the water level was back then, but the local news has reported that it was the wettest February we've had that was on
Yeah,
record,
yes, sir, yes.
and so
We're
trying to
way-
think.
We're way above normal, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Pretty
so far, since me and you've been around, I think this is the 3rd time that they've opened the gates on North. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I thought, when we were teenagers or whatever, they opened them up, and then here a few years back, 5, 6 years ago, they opened them up again, and here we are doing it again. So anyway, I don't have to tell you all, we got all kinds of water. I will tell you this, the roof leaked over here at the studio and dripped on one of the computers and shorted it out and lost a whole lot of stuff. Dylan's through the week here this week's managed to get some of the things back on the screen, and he'll just have to keep working at that. Don't know what else we've lost, but we'll figure it out as we go and try to get back like we're supposed to be. And I don't know. I think they may have got another computer, swapped it into another one, or working out of another one or something. But anyway, they had some issues over here this past week with water and on the electronics back here in the control room.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just go from there, Mike.
Well, you know, the way the rain started there last week and stuff, and I thought, well, okay, maybe it'll
Coming up.
slack off there, and it didn't. It just kept coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, they're saying it ain't going to rain much
Take
Sunday.
on.
It's going to clear off Saturday night. But okay, I'll get up and ease down and see if I can figure out what's going on. Maybe I can still find a place I can fish down there for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I walked out the door and the wind about blowed me back through the door.
Yeah.
I said, ain't no need to hook up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just, it wasn't absolutely pouring down, and then it turned into that wind and everything, so it just made things even worse, because I thought, man, alive, this wind hitting these trees and stuff, and them saturated ground and everything, it's going to uproot a bunch of trees and everything else. And then when I did get down to Dad's, you know, you could look over on the river there, and it's like you say, there's trash. It was just solid where it floated all that trash off the banks and everything, and the wind driving it down through there. Man, it was just terrible. I don't know. It'd been dangerous to even be out there. You just had to idle around wherever you went. It's too much trash, and the water was so dang muddy. I'm telling you what, it was. Popper Creek was plumb up over the ball fields and everything down there, and
Yeah.
you know, just everywhere you looked, it just water, water, water. And I felt sorry for a lot of people that was having trouble with all that water, either in their basements or flooding their homes and everything else, you know. And now then they're showing on the news there, all them people out in California with their houses flooded out and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
said, dang, that one woman they had on there, they rescued her and her family off the top of the house, and then when they sat down on the ground or where it was dry, they stood there and watched their house go down the creek there, and hitting trees and hitting bridges and everything else, and see it floating off down through there. So
Yeah.
it's a bad feeling to see all that happen to them people.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right, Mike. That brings on other talk. If you know, if you are out in this high water situation, and what Mike's told me, you know, you want to be cautious about trash, you know, that you can see, and then naturally what you can't see. There's always that
Yeah.
one log or a cross tie that's just about 4 to 6 inches under the water, or 2 inches under the water, and just bobbing up every now and then.
Yeah.
And you know,
You get back to that trash, and you end up just like we had to work on your motor, because the thermostats was stuck
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Because there's trash
Picked up.
getting in there,
Yeah.
the little twigs and stuff that
Up.
gets in there.
yeah,
And it gets in that thermostat, and then next thing you know, your motor ain't getting warm like it's supposed to, and all of a sudden it's blowed up. So, you know, you gotta be awful cautious about that kind of stuff.
yeah. I mean, you know, we get out there and trash and idle around and go fishing and this, that, and the other. But I'm just saying, you know, like I said, there
Yeah.
up in Union County, like, Tuesday, I think it was, saw the picture there. It looked like you could walk from one side to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the Clint side there at North, was from there around 33 Bridge looking downstream, just clumps of big old trees and logs and sticks and stuff, and you know, look like islands out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you do want to be careful, and know, I'm not saying that the fish are not catchable. They had a tournament on Watts Bar last week. This past Saturday, I think there was a 7.95 smallmouth caught. I know that.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, man, had pictures of it there. Should have brought it, put it on my camera. I didn't think that far ahead. But anyway, you know, so and usually later on in the year when the lake gets up, let's see, what 3-4 years ago it got up in people's yards down there, and shucks, far with catching bass out around the picnic tables and the flower pots and every. I mean, yeah, you just went right in there, buddy, and fishing out in the front yard.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you know, the water is about 4. You know, they had a retaining wall there that we'd normally fish, but water was about 3 foot over top of the retaining wall and back in the yards and around everything. You throw that spinner bait out there and hold on.
Yes, sir.
One gonna get it. I mean, it just. Yeah, I mean, it was.
I don't know what temperature was 47, 48 degrees and all that. Rainwater come in here, you know, it may be up in the 50s now. You never know what it's going to be. That much water, it's warm, it could be that high.
Let's see who we got here. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
You think this water up will help get rid of them zebra mussels?
I don't think there's any chance. From what I've been told, the only way to get rid of them is dry dock them.
Okay. I was wondering, I hadn't heard anything about zebra mussels here lately.
Well, all I know is the last time I had them all over my bait, and the plug knocker was back in the summer, so they've still up there then.
Okay, well, I just checking on that.
Yeah. What is the water levels up on North?
Last time I checked, it was 1,028. That was a few days ago.
1,028. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that guy somebody was telling me that I guess that was the peak, that they thought it would peak at 1,032. So that sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, that was from TWRA guys. You know, when we had Bart Carter over here, which is the biologist from up in Lawrencetown, a few years back, and that's what he was saying, that the only way to get rid of them is, I mean, as long as there's water, they're going to survive. But you dry dock them, and they dry up and go away.
10 days.
Maybe somebody wash up on the bank where water goes down and die out.
Yeah, I heard that. Hey, there's plenty of them in there. I mean,
okay.
Buddy, good to hear from you.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you, bud.
It's the way he talked about them zebra mussels, the eggs that they hatch out, you just about have to have a microscope to see them.
Yeah.
And anywhere the water goes, they go. You know, so
pretty much.
You know, if you got them in the live well in the sump or whatever, you can hold them a little bit of water and go to another lake, then you know that water gets out there. Them eggs do. You got transferred over.
There's no doubt in my mind that that's what has cleared the water up on North a whole lot.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
I mean,
yes sir.
You know, but yeah, there's still plenty of them there. That's a fact. 1028. Anyway, yeah, probably they'll keep that gates open up there and keep it from getting any higher, maybe. I don't know, but you know, all that water, what comes out of the north goes into Milton Hill and into the Clinch, and then you got Cherokee and Douglas dumping into Fort Loudon, and Fontana and Calderwood and all them dumping into Tellico. So listen, this is a big river basin.
Yes, sir.
Through here.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, we got a lot of acreage of surface water to take care of.
Come coming off the plateau and off the Smokies is all
Yeah.
coming in the valley and on
here.
down.
That's
Yes, sir.
exactly right. You're exactly right, Mike. Let's see, who was, no, it was week 4 last when they had that tournament down at Chickamauga, 30 pounds, and then on down in Gunnersville, I think they took about 30 pounds down there to win. But that was a couple of weeks ago before all this heavy rain took
Yeah,
place.
yeah. They, you know, like I say, they called me Saturday, I believe it was, and asked me if I'd go down to Kingston and give them a little help down there. And I said, yeah, I could go down there and help them a little bit. And when I went down Monday morning, it looked like the water was like 3 or 4 foot above normal pool.
Mm-hmm.
And then gradually, as the weeks went by, it's come on down. It may be right at full pool, not maybe between that and then maybe a foot higher or something. So they're slowly trying to get watch bar back down. Of course, all this rain right now, and then what they're predicting again coming here Sunday, it may be back up out of its banks again. You know, so
Yeah.
we just have to keep our eye on it. But if it's good Lord's willing, I may try to go down and drown the minnow tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought you was going to say, Mike. You might want to try a shorter fuse.
Yeah, bigger minnow or something.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what about the trash? Did you see a lot of trash coming down the river?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you?
Monday, it was like I say, it was running wide open. The buoys was waving like crazy, and the muddy water and the current was just unbelievable, and the trash was all over it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so like I say, it's all floated off the banks, and where they did have it washed back up in there, you know, and coming out now. So, and ain't no telling how bad it is out there in that main river going down through there.
Yeah, right. I got you. I do know the dock there at Kingston, there over on the gravel pit or the 58 side of the road. I was told it definitely broke loose
Yes, sir.
and went down the river. I think they retrieved it, but the dock and the boats was all gone, headed down the river. They told me, some of the boys at work did.
Well, that trash was pretty bad last Thursday when I was down there fishing, you know,
Yeah.
out there on that main channel.
Yeah.
It was still colored up, the water was, but the trash was real bad.
Anyway, like I said, we feel for those folks that had their docks and stuff, you know, underwater. Couple of those pictures I've got. Dylan, you'll have to show that as a video. I think there's 4 pictures on my camera. Are you about ready to do that? Okay, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. But anyway, I'll point this out. If you look at the dock, the water's come down about 2 feet, and there's still quite a bit of water up there. There you go. Yeah. Looks like the water has came down some. If you look at the board coloration there, where it in there, Mike, I think, is that Blue Springs from the
Looks like
roadside?
it. It looks like it.
I kept looking for the sign.
Yeah, that's Blue Springs.
I thought it was Blue Springs,
Yeah.
and
But
I
now,
think that's the silo right over there in
yeah,
the very
that's it.
left hand.
Yeah,
See it
behind
right
that
there?
tree. Behind that tree there. Yeah.
It sure does look like it. I'm pretty sure that's Blue Springs from the
The
road.
good thing about Blue Springs is the dock is floating,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I can remember back when Uchi and Eagle Lodge and all that had just like them small docks there had poles that sitting on when the water come up. And the dock can't go nowhere.
Yeah, right.
And Bayside was that way too, you know.
Yeah.
And we was down there at Uchi that time, and that guy's boat, big one of them big boats,
Yep.
you know, it rammed up into the top of the dock and
Yeah.
everything. You know,
Go back to that
houseboat.
first picture there, Dylan, if you don't mind. You put that back up there. we got, right there. Now, Mike, that's a dead shed.
Dead shad, yeah.
Yeah, up on the bank. Now, that happened before the water,
Yeah.
I mean, the water was coming up, but, see, the water had been up and put them minnows out there on the bank, and it's gone back down.
Yeah, yeah.
So that really happened, the week it was so cold, I guess.
Yeah, it sure did.
And,
It was laying all over the launch ramps and
Ramps,
everywhere down
yeah.
there when that cold weather was in here.
right. Okay, Dylan, thank you. I wanted to point that out there. That was, caught my eye there, that one did, for sure, without a doubt. Let's see, you made me think of something else there too, Mike, that I wanted to mention. Yeah, I got this card. Now listen, folks, you know, we're not in control of the weather.
That's right.
That's handled a lot higher up than we are.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, just like this week, we've had three and a half days of, Sunday wasn't a bad day other than the wind.
No.
So we've had about 4.5 days of sunshine, and things is gonna get better. Dang trees, budded out, the Bradford pear trees, they all, that had white blooms on it. The one that I noticed there on the way home from work this afternoon. But I did manage to get this card, East Tennessee Crappie Club. It says fishing a lake near you. And you can find them on Facebook. And let's see here. And go to crappie.com. And it looks like they're on Cherokee, Douglas, Fort Loudon, Tellico, Watts Bar, and Chickamauga. So, please contact Matt at 865-640-1602 and U.S. Marine 270240 270240 at yahoo.com, or Darren, two different people in contact here, 865-389-4268. You guys, call me over here at the studio, and be glad to give you more information. I need to blow that thing up and make a poster out of it, Mike. But I don't know what the deal is there, other than I picked up the card and Matt or Darren, they're fishing our area lakes for crappie.
Yeah.
So East Tennessee Crappie Club. I don't know what the money situation is, how they do that, if they're having tournaments or just got a crappie club. There's Tony Gallagher. Let's see if he's catching any. Hey.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You talking about that tournament right there? Well, I just got off the phone that morning about an hour ago. I called them top team.
Yeah.
It's March the 16th on Watts Bar at Kingston.
Okay, so he's got a tournament March. Now, which one's been running it, Matt or Darren? Matt. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. March the 16th. Let's get the note made here.
It's from 6:30 in the morning.
Where did you say he's putting in at?
Right there at City Park.
Oh, okay. Kingston City Park. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get the info down here. And what time?
The water starts at 7:30, but you're allowed to put in the water at 7, but you can't start fishing by 7:30.
Okay, 7:30. Okay.
8-hour tournament.
8-hour tournament. Okay.
7 fish limit.
7 fish limit.
Yeah.
Two to the boat, or 3 or 4? How many can you
It
put?
can be 2 in a boat. If you're a member, I think he said it costs $35 if you're a member, but if you're not a member, it's $60.
Okay. 35 member, and 60 if you're not a member.
I think that's what he told me.
60. Okay. So there must be a membership fee.
And then you pay $5 extra for big fish.
Okay.
What about if one of you's a member and the other one ain't?
I don't know, Mike. I don't know how that works. I fished that one time about 2 years ago, but I can't remember.
Okay.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like to me Mike's wanting to fish for free.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you called in.
But they have the weigh-in right there across from the high school, you know, that little pavilion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where they sign up at right there.
Okay. Great. That sounds good. Well, just keep us informed on this, and we'll keep passing the word around. Maybe things will be settled down, and them crappie will be biting everything that hits the water by then.
Yeah, that's tragic. I said that 'cause I just talked to that boy about an hour ago.
Huh. Well, I had this card last week and left it in the truck, and I remembered to put it in my briefcase so I could get the info off of it, and so there we go. That worked out perfect.
I told us if we fished this weekend, we catch some catfish.
Yeah, I'd be tickled to death to do that. I tell you what, man, shucks. Hey, well, keep us posted on what's going on, and if you get on the water, let us know what things are and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget your fishing license now.
Yeah.
I interrupted you, but I said don't forget your fishing license.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, they run out today. Today's your last chance.
yeah. Oh, maybe something is recliner here.
Yeah, I hear you. Who won the ball game?
I don't even know why. I was back to bed and watched another channel.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Well,
I'll talk to you later.
okay, Tony. Good to hear from you, bud.
See you.
All right, see you, bud. All right. All right, that's good to know. Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this type of weather, you can't get out. It's time to start working on your stuff.
You're already late.
Yeah, you're late.
Should've
that's
started
for
back,
sure. But
right
I know
after
I should have,
Mhm.
but I hadn't been able to. Been tied up on a lot of things and just been lazy, to tell you the truth. But you get you rigged up and get your lead out and get your molds and start pouring your stuff. We've got plug knockers that we pour up. I got one that's probably a ounce or something, and then the other one's probably a half ounce or something, depending on. Got the little clothespin in it, or the paper clip, and then you bend it out a little bit where you can just hook your line there with it and slide it through there and drop it down an ounce at a time or two, and then knock it loose. And, that works pretty good. And then I got the mold, pour the big knockers that I keep in there. And ain't had a chance to pour none of them in several years, and finally got a chance to do that, and poured up some of them. And, and I got several different molds to pour jig heads, from a little bitty one like this with a flies and stuff, where you tie rubber on it or tie hair on it, either one, put it on there, and to the big heads, and different size hooks in them and stuff, 2/0 or 5/0 or whatever, where you want a short shank or a long shank, and then different colors of weed guards you can put in them and all that. Just like these smaller ones, you can change your weed guards in that and stuff. It's the same way with the spinner baits. You can get your molds out and pour your different sizes of spinner baits, from the 1/4 to 3/8 up to the 1/2 inch or half ounce, I say, half inch, I don't know. But half ounce or even bigger if you got molds for them and stuff. And then once you get all your stuff poured up, and then it's time to get in there and start tying. And from the old hair flies, you know, and jigs or whatever, if you want to tie them out of hair, to the rubber, flat rubber like this. It's already pre-split, and living rubber, whatever you want to call it, and put it on your jig head and tie it up there. And, or you can buy the ones that's already fixed up with the rubber neck on it there, holding it together. There's several different styles and shapes and colors in that, and or you can buy them single jobs like this here, and mix and match it however you want to, whether you want a solid color, or whether you want to put two colors together or whatever, you know, and then tie it on your bait, or just a little bit of this and a lot of that, or however you want to do it. There's so many different colors to choose from.
Yeah.
And everything. And then you got a skirt thing that I bought, skirt factory they call it. And you got your little rubber bands that you put in your pliers there and slide on there and pull it apart and fasten your little deal there. And once I get that thing spread apart, I always got my string handy here, a piece of braided line, and I stick it through that rubber ring, and then I drop my skirt down through it and pull it back through there.
Yep.
Works real fast, real easy, everything, and that braided line works awful good. I tie a nut on it so I don't lose it all the time, because I kept losing it, you know.
Yeah.
But when I put a jig in the vise or something tied up, and I forgot my piece of wire, but I got some light wire that I run through the eye of the hook and then wrap it around the weed guard to hold it up out of the way. And when I put my skirt or hair on there or whatever, and wrap on it a while there, a few turns, and then I fold my braided line again and lay it down there, wrap it 5 or 6 more times, and then take that loose, cut it, and then take the loose end, stick it through the braided line, and pull it back through and under itself there, just like they do when they tie in a rod, you know.
Yep.
And, that ties it off. Some people try to tie knots in it and all that, but it seems to work pretty good just folding it back down there. But you know, you can go over to gyms and they buy them skirts and stuff there, and he's probably got molds and stuff, or he can get you the molds or whatever to tie your stuff out of. You can make you molds for your bullet weights, or I didn't bring none of them bell sinkers. I just got through pouring up a bunch of different size bell sinkers to crappie fish with, and you know, they just so much you can do when you get your molds and everything laid out where you can pour about anything you want to out of that lead, and make your own baits. And, you know, some people don't want to fool with it, and some people enjoy doing it, you know. And it makes you, I think, feel pretty good there to make up something, go up there and catch fish, and at least you think about it. And, you know, sometimes you got something that ain't nobody else got.
Yep.
And on that, so whether it's a different color or mixture of colors, or a different style bait, just like painting them crankbaits and stuff the way we used to do, you know, try this color and that color, see how it comes up, what it does, whether it catches fish or not, you know. And if it don't, then dip it back down in the white and start all over again.
Yeah.
You know.
That's about the facts of it, Mike. I mean, well, I'm years ago,
Yeah,
when the roads would get bad and we couldn't get anywhere but to work, we gather up and take the skillet, the one that one of them women was wanting to throw away. That's what we, and we'd go right in there on the kitchen stove and turn the eye on, melt the lead right there in the kitchen and pour the dang lead heads right there.
yes,
And now, if you're grinding, melting, heating, lead, it's bad business.
do it outside.
Yeah, do it outside.
That's right.
Get you some ventilation. Don't be dummy. Back then we didn't know what lead poisoning was.
No,
And we just got right in there on the kitchen stove, and melted her down, poured it in the mold, cleaned them. As quick as they cooled off, we just cleaned them up,
that's right.
dipped them in the paint, and it's like an assembly line. Quick as we could get the heads turned out, the hardest part was waiting on them to dry.
Yes, sir.
And we put them up, mold them one weekend, and tie them up the next. But there's a lot of things we've learned over the years, and that lead poisoning is something that's serious business. You don't want to.
That's probably the reason I'm so crazy.
It might be, Mike. It could very well be. Yeah. We didn't think nothing of it. Just go do it. Yeah. That was the deal. And nowadays you got lead pots and things of that nature to use, and ventilation. To make sure you don't catch anything that you shouldn't catch. But
That's right.
that was the thing. And Mike brought up a good point. If you haven't got your reels broke down, cleaned, and oiled up, you're like me. You're way behind already.
Way behind, too.
And I used to start normally right around Christmas on my bait casters, or at least in January, because back years ago in January we had some rough weather.
You did.
You just didn't get out unless you just had to, and that's when I'd break down my bait casters and clean them up, oil them up good, and get them ready. Because when I did go fishing most of the time in that cold, bad situations, I was using a spinning rod.
Yeah.
So whenever spring come and then put the spinning rods up and got the bait casters back out, why I'd break my spinning rods down, oil them up, clean them up a little bit, and get them ready.
Yes, sir.
But that was kind of the routine. I have 16, 17 reeling rods standing up in the corner there in the den, or in the dining room. Sherry raising cane, because I had all that stuff on the dining room table in there. She said, "I don't want that stuff off there." I said, "I'll get it off there, but don't you fool with it."
That's right.
'Cause I didn't want them little bearings and things thrown everywhere. So, but yeah, we're behind, and that was a routine, and followed it just about every year, and to get those rod and reels oiled up. Now, heck, back then 4 or 5 reeling rods, 6 bait casters, and now heck, far got double digits.
Well, that's true. That's
Bait
true.
casters, let alone about 11 spinning rods and reels between Wesley and I. And that was another thing. Wesley, they had a tournament scheduled for Saturday down at Ladd's Landing, and they texted me today and they canceled it. So,
Yep.
so we're, that's hopefully my intentions is to work tomorrow and be off Saturday and try to go fishing. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but my plan is to go anyway. Try to get us some film, find out where the fish are at, and all that kind of stuff. See if we can catch a few. There's nothing. I don't know why. Here's the thing. buddy, when that water comes up, I mean, fish, I think that's just their nature to go as far as they can go.
Yeah, they got their nose headed to that warm water.
Yeah. I mean, you know, up the creeks, and the fish out in the lake, they're headed, you know, you catch them in there in people's yards, and, hey, they just go as far as they can go.
Yeah, well, you know, that, all kinds of stuff they can eat there, you know, whether it's
Yeah.
bugs and worms or whatever, you know, coming up out of the ground. And then that grass and out of the woods and everything else, normally they don't get to see that much, you know. And then all of a sudden it's flooded back in there, and it's new territory to them.
Right.
It's kind of like them old cows when they're sitting down there with grass up to their belly, and they're sticking their head through the fence trying to eat that grass on the other side.
Yeah, I guess that's the scenario, Mike. But I mean, they'll just, if that water comes up, they're right up there coming up with it.
They sure are.
For sure, without a doubt. Don't ask me what it is in them that does it, but it does. So anyway,
Main thing about making baits is yourself is your cost. You know, you go out there and pay $5, $7 for a dang spinnerbait or something, and you get to thinking about it. Well, I can buy 100 wires there for $10, and buy 100 hooks for $10, and you ain't got much, you know, pour a little lead around it there, and your biggest cost is your snaffle swivel, and which are like I think $50, $60 for 100 of them.
mm-hmm.
So you know you're talking 10 cents for the hook and 10 cents for the wire, and then 60 cents for the swivel, and then the blade. You know, and that's pretty expensive there. You're 50 cents on that, but you know, you're looking at $1.50 to the time you buy that skirt, $18, $20 or whatever you want to put on it there. So anyway, you're less than $2 for a dang spinnerbait that compared to what you buy one in the store for. And the same way with a jig, you know, the weed guards, I think they was about $6 a hundred for them, and hooks was, like I say, about 10 cents. So, you know, and your skirt's another 20 cents there. So, and 20, and then, you know, you got 30 cents in a jig.
Shoot, Mike, that seems like awful cheap. You sure you can fix one for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord.
But now you go over and you buy some of these skirts, you know, you get these like 4 in a pack there, and they're like $4.
Yeah.
I think they was up there. You can get some of them sometimes. You get 5 in a pack for $3 or something, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
$1.50 piece is already fixed up like that with the ring already on it and everything like that. Or you buy these loose ones for 20, 30 cents a piece or something, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on how you want to do it.
You got any black and watermelon in there, have you?
I got a few there.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Well, I got, you know, like 3 different boxes full of
Mm-hmm.
different colored skirts and stuff. But
Yeah.
we got much black left in this or not. I think there's more watermelon there.
Okay.
This box here didn't have no black or watermelon in it that much.
Shoot, flyer over here.
More of the
Yeah,
wild
that's
color.
watermelon. Okay.
But used to, you could buy that stuff in where it comes out there just in a sheet, they call it, just one end to end, and just roll it out, and like you can get a 10-foot roll of it or something, you know, and you get it real cheap, you know, real reasonable.
Okay, Mike, let's take a little break. Well, I've got a chance. I know we got lost a lot of stuff off, you know. Dylan, can you show us the stuff on my camera, Edgemore and Reynolds? All right, do that. Do that. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Wave at me, Jack. Folks, we're here at Edgemore Outdoors. And Mr. Jack Dunaway, he just came in and fixed to leave. Just looking around here, seeing what all Jim's got, like he don't have everything already. But just running up and down the aisles here, I mean, it's just absolutely loaded as usual. Back wall, I mean, you know, we've got everything that you can think of here. And well lit, well kept place. They do have the LXT rods. I think they're $99 back here. Nice filling rods, the Shimano's. You know, they're really good. They feel great. Real light, different weights in them. So do come by here and check that out. Got the Ducats, the ABUs, Lew's, you know, all kinds of brands and models here. Weights, different weights in each and every one of them, different lengths, actions, that kind of thing. I mean, this place is just absolutely amazing. You could spend all day probably and still never look at everything. So anyway, remember Edgemore Outdoors, folks. Got some specialty painted plugs. Got new stuff coming in all the time. So get by here and check them out. I think you'll be very well pleased. Edgemore Outdoors.
I know that.
Hey folks, here's a little display of some new baits they got in, and man, you know,
There's a whole rack of them back there.
a whole rack back here in the back. Jim says got some crankbaits, new colors, the Jackall top water plug, cabinets full of reels. So get over here to Edgemore and look and see. I guarantee you'll be well pleased, and they'll have something that you're looking for. Plus we got the bait tanks, so you know, different size of minnows and night crawlers, all the floaters, hooks, and that kind of thing. If you're a bank fisherman, crappie fisherman, whatever, they've got it for you. Just come on by and give them a visit. Here is the tight line display. Man, that stuff looks good. I don't want Mike to see that. He'll be wanting to try it out. Remember, Edgemore Outdoors, folks. Hey, folks. I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, and just caught a couple of these side-by-sides out here on the front porch, and well, that red one there sure is sharp. I'm telling you, those things are loaded up with accessories, and you know, if you're interested in one of these things, you need to come down here and check them out. This one here's got winches front and back. The bed dumps on it, and you guys that know these things and fool with them, you know, you see that spring over coil shock on it, big tires already on it, plenty of ground clearance. So, but do get down here and look at these things and check them out, and we'll see what's over here on the inside. That's Reynolds Racing and Marine here, folks, down in Harriman. Check these side-by-sides out. I'll tell you what, they're pretty nice. Mr. Glenn's came out now to get with us. What do you think, Glenn?
Well, we got, I think I've got 13 in stock. Over at the other Kingston Marine over there, I've got several. Yeah. And everything from the 650, we've got a four-wheeler up to the 1,000. I've got one over, it's got a 10 1/4 screen, navigation screen, heated seats.
Dang it.
Hey, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. All right, folks, come by and see Mr. Glenn here at Reynolds Racing and Marine. Check these side-by-sides out.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Glenn. Okay, folks, there's some pictures of the dead. All right, we're back, folks. And wanted to recognize our sponsors there. Also, Citizens First Bank, the computer. I haven't got them on my camera right now. I used to have, but I don't have now. Anyway, we were going off of what Dylan had put up on his computer, and that's gone. So, got to get busy and make something new, Mike, for the bank.
Sure do.
Appreciate Citizens First Bank, and like I said, they've been with us ever since we started, and we really do appreciate them, and want to continue, hopefully keep them as a sponsor of the show along with all the others we've got. Speaking to them, Citizens First Bank also, you know, they got the 5 locations, and which makes it awful handy. They've got all of the banking needs as a bigger bank, or all the, you know, whatever. They all pretty much have the same things to offer. These people are the location handy to you is a big seller, I think, for them. So if you got, you know, something you need some money for or what have you, check them out there, and hopefully you can get, you know, do business with them. Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies. Mm-hmm. Man, you know, the strawberry thing at Valentine's there was great. It's beautiful, tastes delicious. They really do a nice job on fixing those things up, and we appreciate them being a sponsor. Van's Auto Parts there in Oliver Springs, Tri-County Boulevard, right across from Food City. Jerry would sure appreciate your business on the car parts, oil change and stuff, you know, oil in the filters, brakes. He just got about anything you need. So do stop in and check him out there if you're working on your vehicle. He can help you out with that. Let's see, Mike. Oh yeah, the Bible printing there at Mount Pisgah Church. Folks, we support that wholeheartedly, and they're doing great, and we really appreciate what they're doing. So anyway, that's pretty much the deal on our sponsors there, and we can't do the show without them, by no means. hopefully we can get on the water, you know, sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, it's just, I just have to go down there, you know, and fish and see
Check
if
it
we can
out.
get about it.
Yeah,
That's,
check it out.
Check it out. That's
Check
all
it
we
out.
can do. You're not gonna catch any at home. I can tell you that right now.
Oh.
We never have, and we never will.
No.
You got to get on the water, and so hopefully some of you people that's watching can give us a quick call over here and give us a fishing report or two, see what's going on, and just right now, if I was on there, I'd just have to go down there and try different things, you know, you flip, pitch, in there shallow, crankbait, square bill, you know, for a little bit, rattle trap, for sure, a rattle trap. A daggum shad wrap, especially in the brown, crawdad brown. Yeah, I'd have to throw it.
A rig or something, yeah.
Yeah, well, and then, you know, if I didn't do any good in a little while on that, I'd get on the bluff and throw out a rig.
Yeah, spinner bait, egg rig, do something.
Yeah, that's until we locate them. But, I mean, you know, they know where to take shelter at when things get rough, and they'll get behind getting that eddy current.
Yes,
They'll
sir.
get behind a big rock under the water.
Stump, tree, whatever.
Tree,
Something break that current.
Something to
on.
break that current off. That's a fact. Guaranteed it. So.
Yeah. It ain't like a
All
drive.
right.
Ain't like a drive-through. They don't have to go through and make their order. They just sit back and wait for it to come to them.
Got a minute left. Anyway, folks, we try our best to get on the water. God bless you all. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.